Hello, Columbus Area United Way followers. I am so excited. I have Shae Spitz here with EXP Realty, and she is an iPledge member. And I get to have the pleasure of just talking to her a little bit today about why she gives of her time, her energy, and her resources to United Way. So, Shae, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
First and foremost, thank you for all that you do for United Way and for our community. So if you could just tell the listeners what got you involved with United Way and why have you stayed involved?
I think what got me involved was realizing that the books that my kids receive all came from United Way, and it was locally funded. We were actually in a different community with my other two before we came to Columbus, and that community didn't offer it. So I was very thrown off or surprised that the Columbus, I didn't understand how that all worked. So when I found out how that was all funded, I was very impressed because my youngest, now my older two have graduated from that, but my youngest still gets in, so they're always looking forward to that monthly book. Absolutely love it. But really what has also kept me involved is prior to me getting into real estate, I was actually a case manager for mentally ill adults. So mental health has always been a big part of my life. For family and friends, lost a good friend in high school to suicide. And so after that, mental health was always a big aspect. Family, friends, like I said, kind of always had struggled with some sort of depression, anxiety, and I think it's very common, unfortunately. And when people do have those symptoms, doesn't mean you're a depressed person or an anxious person, you just have those things. So when I was a case manager for mentally ill adults, it's just helping people realize that you don't need to become what your diagnosis is. Like just because you have schizophrenia doesn't mean you're a schizophrenic person. You just have schizophrenia. Right. So it's helping them to overcome their struggles as well. So that's kind of, and then realizing what United Way has all done to help support mental health as well, really has kind of helped hold me here in addition to anything with kids. I love kids, so.
So those are some key aspects Shae mentioned. And she's right. Imagination Library, if you're not signed up, that is a free program. As she mentioned, you can get books for children birth through the age of 5, and you can go on and sign that up, and it's for our 4-county region that we serve. So make sure you get that. And yes, unfortunately, mental health as a whole is just a need everywhere, but here locally, it's such a high rate of, we have a higher rate of local suicide attempts in our youth. And so that's really a focus point for us, as well as continuing that conversation and making sure that we get information out about resources, tools, and that mental health is a part of our overall well-being, right? Like if we weren't feeling well, we'd go to the doctor. It's the same with our mind. We have to take care of our mind and our stressors and our feelings to ensure that we are all thriving. So with that, what was something that you learned about United Way as you got involved that you didn't quite understand before?
Really all the different funding that they do. I mean, you guys have 16 different programs? Partner agencies. So 16 different partner agencies, and I think that's what I love too, is a lot of times people want to give back to the community, but they don't really know where to put their money. So I found that United Way is a great resource for that, because you can designate where you want your funds to go, or you could just donate to United Way, and then you guys basically decide where those funds go. And then I also like the fact that 98% of all funds donated to United Way stays here locally, which is phenomenal. In addition to the 98%, there's so much more. You got the 98% that stays here locally, but then for every dollar, it extends like $6.
Right.
So your money goes a long ways when you're donating to United Way. And for the books, one thing that I learned, it was actually a little bit cheaper than I expected, but it's $27 a kid per year, you know, which does add up, because you guys, I think there's 1,400 kids that you guys serve. 1,600 in the 4 counties. So that's absolutely amazing. But if you take 1,600 times 27, that's just one of the programs that you guys fund. So it's absolutely amazing to be able to keep 98% of the funds here, but then for every dollar somebody donates, you guys can stretch it out $6. So I think that's probably what I appreciate the most, is that you're helping a lot of different people just by donating to one location.
And we can't do it without people like Shae, who gives of her resources as an iPledge member and a realtor here. She cares about our community. Sorry, excuse me, frog. She cares about our community greatly. She not only invests of her time in regards to participating in events and being able to provide as a board member of one of our new initiative initiatives with transitional housing, but she gives of her resources. So for a portion of her closing sales that she has throughout this year, she's giving back here locally to United Way to ensure that we have those dollars and resources to give out to the community. So we appreciate all that you do and provide for our community and being an iPledge member. So thank you for that greatly.
Absolutely. No, it's honestly an honor. So
Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right, we're signing off. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.